Hello guys, Brad here again with another fragrance review. Today I want to look at a sample of a fragrance that I got from Lucky Scent. This is from the house of Frank Los Angeles, and this one is called Number One. Just a little sample. I actually gave this a full wearing at work yesterday, and I got the rest on my arm right now. Frank Los Angeles is a very small fragrance company. Most people probably don't really know much about them or know about their fragrances. The one fragrance that has been getting some hype in the fragrance community is called Number Two. You can see I got the full bottle here of Number Two. Very nice fragrance, a great fall fragrance. Most people seem to adore Frank Los Angeles Number Two. I don't think I've seen any reviews online on YouTube for Number One, so I thought it would be great to try that one. Most of the reviews I've seen for Number One have been Fragrantica or base notes. And to make things even more confusing, it's my understanding that the original formulation of Number One was discontinued, and then around 2014, Frank Los Angeles re-released Number One and changed the notes. So it's hard to really get a grasp of this fragrance because I think people are confusing Number One original with Number Two reformulated, which I hear are completely different. But this is what the notes are for Frank Number One, according to Lucky Scent. We got lime, bergamot, tomato leaf, juniper, cardamom, pink pepper, clove, violet, iris, geranium, lavender, clary sage, matte, licorice, labadanum, atlas cedar, costus, moss, and leather. So a ton of notes there. Now my understanding is that this fragrance is supposed to be a modern interpretation of a fougere. Now when I smell this fragrance, I do pick up on some of that licorice, and eventually maybe some of that clove starts to come out. So it does kind of have that same feel as like Rive Gauche, Brut, Old Spice, because of that combination of notes. In the opening, I do get some of the greenness from the tomato leaf, the bergamot and lime. So a nice, refreshing, green, leafy, citrusy opening combined with those traditional fougere notes. As it dries down, the green and the citrus seem to dissipate, and you're left mostly with like a sweet smelling, woody licorice and clove smell. So it kind of starts to smell a lot more like that Brut kind of smell to it. So unfortunately, it to me it was a lot more interesting in the opening, and as it dried down, it became more of that Old Spice Brut smell. So I thought this one is something that you might want to check out if you're a fan of like the classic barbershop scents. I think that will appeal to those types of people. I would say like the more mature, probably 25, 30 and up, looking for a good barbershop scent. This is definitely a good signature scent. You could wear this one year round. So let's get into some reviews here. I'm going to give the smell overall about 6.5 out of 10. Unfortunately, after the greenness of the opening dissipates, it got kind of standard to me. Now, this is off of one wearing. When I first smelled it, I was really quite drawn to it. But then as it dried down, I was like, oh, here we go. It kind of has that, that old man kind of smell to it. Uniqueness, 6 out of 10. The opening is actually the most unique part of the fragrance, but the dry down became kind of, more generic smelling to my nose. But the opening is actually nice with that tomato leaf and the lime. The projection longevity, I'll give it 7.5 out of 10. You can really smell this one on yourself throughout the day. I'm not sure about others, but it does seem to linger for a while. Versatility, I'm going to say 9 out of 10 because I think this one is that kind of scent that you could just wear every day because it has that classic fougere backbone to it. Price point, $130 for the 100 ml. So these Frank Number One prices are more than it used to be. I think it used to be about $100 for the bottle, and then they raised the prices to $130. So a little bit more expensive, but still I would say a reasonable price point for a small company like this. Overall, for me, 6.5 out of 10. Probably not bottle worthy, but I would say, yeah, if you like your barbershop fougere fragrances, this is one you're going to want to check out. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.